Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Think of me as your personal test coach. Today, we're going to tackle a very specific and honestly kind of intimidating exam module, the summarized group discussion task. Now, if you've been feeling anxious about this section, I want you to just take a deep breath. By the time we finish breaking down this material, you're going to have a foolproof, step-by-step system so you can walk right into that exam room with total confidence. Let's get right into it.
Okay, here is our agenda for today. We're going to cover 1. The exam landscape, 2. Rules of the game, 3. Strategic note-taking, 4. The AI example, 5. The speaking template, and finally, 6. Final delivery tips.
Section 1. The exam landscape. Let's talk about why understanding this actually matters.
So, the most crucial point to understand right away is the sheer weight of this task. When you look at the numbers, this module is a massive heavy hitter. It contributes over 15 points to your speaking score and a full 16 points to your listening score. To put that into perspective, if you look at something like the read aloud task, that only gives you about 7.5 points in speaking. So it becomes instantly clear, right? This is a totally high-stakes moment in your exam. You literally cannot afford to just wing it.
And you're not just going to do this once. You're actually going to face this specific challenge 2 to 3 times during your exam. For each one of these, you'll be listening to an audio track of a group discussion that lasts up to 3 minutes. That is a serious amount of sustained focus required, multiple times over.
Moving on to Section 2, Rules of the Game. You are operating under some incredibly strict boundaries here. During the actual test, you'll be staring at an interface exactly like this. Once that 2 to 3 minute audio track stops, you have an insanely brief 10-second preparation window before the recording starts. 10 seconds! Let's be real, that's barely enough time to catch your breath and stop your hands from shaking, let alone try to formulate an entire summary out of thin air.
So, let's lock this timeline into your brain right now. Step 1 is the listening phase, which is 2 to 3 minutes. Step 2 is that flashing red 10-second prep window. And Step 3 is your time to perform. You have to start speaking immediately when you hear the beep, and you have a maximum of 2 minutes to summarize the whole thing. Mentally rehearsing this rhythm ensures you won't be caught off guard when that countdown actually starts.
But how is the system actually judging you during those 2 minutes? Well, you're graded on 3 strict criteria: content, pronunciation, and fluency. You need accurate facts, you need to articulate your words clearly, and you absolutely must maintain a steady, unbroken rhythm. You really can't stumble, and you cannot hesitate.
Section 3, Strategic Note-Taking. This is arguably the most critical skill for this entire task. The secret to success here is all about structure. It's not about frantically scribbling down every word. You have to organize your paper perfectly before the audio even starts. Just draw a simple grid, write topic at the top, and then speaker 1, speaker 2, and speaker 3 down the side. As the audio plays, you just drop the relevant info straight into the correct bucket. Look at the stark contrast here. On the left, we've got notes perfectly aligned into our speaker grid. On the right, a chaotic, totally unreadable mess. Look, if you write like the image on the right, when that 10-second countdown hits, you're going to completely panic because you won't even be able to read your own handwriting. Keep your notes neatly partitioned in those distinct rows. And while you're dropping notes into those rows, you need absolute focus. Focus entirely on nouns, places, dates, the hard facts. Do not, and I mean do not, focus on grammar and spelling. Nobody is grading your scratch paper. If you waste precious seconds trying to spell a complex word perfectly, I guarantee you are going to miss the next crucial sentence from the speaker.
Now, what happens if you do miss a point? Here's your safety net. If you lose track, simply write the word missed in your grid and leave it behind. Don't panic, don't freeze up, just accept it, drop down a line, and keep listening for the next clue. You only really need enough content to fill about 90 seconds of speech, so one missed point won't ruin your score if you just keep moving forward.
Section 4, the AI example. Let's see how this all builds in practice during an actual scenario. Here is exactly what a perfect set of notes looks like. The audio track for this was a pretty complex discussion about the pros and cons of using AI tools for school assignments. Notice how the note taker didn't write full sentences at all. They used abbreviations like A about and the number 4 for 4. They captured the absolute essence of the conversation entirely within that predefined grid. Let's break down how flawlessly these notes separate out the different viewpoints. Speaker 1 voiced serious concerns, talking about a decline in analytical abilities. Speaker 2 totally agreed, bringing up academic integrity and the loss of genuine discussion. But then Speaker 3 pivoted completely, focusing on the positives, like how AI helps overcome writer's block and provides amazing accessibility benefits. Because these notes are neatly separated by speaker, summarizing this whole conflict later on is going to be effortless.
Section 5, the speaking template. Get ready because this is your ultimate hack.
Here is the golden rule, this single, memorized opening sentence. The discussion was mainly about blank, and 3 speakers were involved. The exact moment you hear that beep, you say this phrase on autopilot, filling in the topic from the very top of your grid. This instantly secures your fluency score right out of the gate, and it buys your brain a few crucial seconds to glance down at your notes for speaker 1.
From there, you just plug and play using these exact transitional phrases to move down your grid. You say, the first speaker was of the opinion that, and then you read your notes. After that, the second speaker focused on, and read those notes. Using these predefined connectors guarantees a highly structured, logical flow. You literally never have to think about how to transition, you're just dropping your notes into these pre-built linguistic slots. But hey, what if you panic, look down, and realize you just don't have enough notes to fill the time? We have a brilliant safety net for that. If your notes are a bit light, simply paraphrase a point you've already made. You can use a phrase like, conversely, he then mentioned that, and just restate a previous concept using slightly different words. The computer grading your fluency cares immensely about a steady stream of relevant speech. So whatever you do, keep that audio flowing. Finally, Section 6. Final delivery tips. These are the absolute non-negotiable rules for the moment your mic goes live. Drill these into your head right now. First, start speaking precisely at the beep. Do not wait or you're losing time. Second, aim to speak for around 90 seconds. While you have up to 2 minutes, 90 seconds is really the sweet spot for a comprehensive summary without starting to ramble. And third, and this is absolutely critical, never pause for over 3 seconds. A pause of over 3 seconds is a fatal error that will severely damage or just outright ruin your fluency score. Keep talking, even if you have to use a template connector just to buy yourself a second. So we've covered the high stakes, the strict rules, how to build your grid, and the ultimate speaking template. You have the exact formula right here. With your grid drawn and your vocal template firmly memorized, are you ready to confidently conquer that flashing 10-second countdown? I highly encourage you to pull up a practice audio track today, draw out your 4 rows, and put this entire system to the test. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy practicing.